Welcome to the workshop. It's a horrible day today, chucking it down with rain. I can't get out to play, so here we are. The charity project. This belongs to my friend Sylvie. She was trying to build it for a charity event, but she hadn't been very well, bless her. So I've been tasked with the job of putting it together. The frame's been blasted and powder coated. As you can see, it's pink. Wouldn't be my choice, but it's Sylvie's. And it is a charity scooter, so it's going to be this pink and like a bluey, purpley colour. Oh God. Won't be pretty, not to me anyway. But the ladies amongst us will know what these colours designate. I don't know. So the first job, get the suspension sorted. Front forks, swing arm, rear suspension. And go from there. So the front bearings haven't been masked or removed. So they've been powder coated over. They're worn out anyway, so I'm going to knock those races out, put new races in. Job number one. So we've got all the steering and suspension components laid out. I've got to refurbish these arms. Shocks are in remarkably good condition. I've just cleaned them and sprayed them black along the bottom there, where you can see them. I've got a new head race set. So we've got the bearings and the races, you know, they fit together like so. They've got to be greased, obviously. And I've got a repair kit for the bushes and washers and whatnot for this. So the first job, we'll knock the old races out. Knock the old races out of the frame. So for this job you want a nice sturdy flat nosed punch like so, and there's just enough of a lip in there to get on, and just give it a whack from each side until it comes out. And there it is. I whack my thumb. Don't do that when you do it, because it hurts. Right, turn it over and do the other side. That one came out a bit easier. So there's the old knackered races. So hopefully these new ones go in as easily as they came out. There, that fits nicely. So we've got the forks on the bench. Just going to have a quick drink. It's 10 o'clock tea break. Right, tea break over. So this can be a tricky job. Got to remove that bottom race there. I wish they hadn't powder coated it. Wouldn't have to take it off then. It's got a rubber seal underneath it as well, which we don't have in our kit. So if you get a chisel and put it in that gap, so we're quite lucky there that that has moved fairly easily. So we'll just get a big screwdriver on it. So it's off. See, it's got a rubber seal there. We're going to have to reuse that because we don't have a new one. Luckily, apart from a bit of powder coat, it's in good nick. And put our new race in place. We've got the two new ones, so they are slightly different. So one has got more of a lip on it. It's the one with more lip that goes at the bottom. I think what I'll do is warm this up just to expand it and make it go on a bit easier. I could do with a bit of tube to go over that to knock it on with. See if I can find a bit of tube. Right, that's red hot. That race, I've put it on the fork leg. I've found a perfect bit of tube. Just got to bash it on. Make sure your rubber seals fairly in the middle. So our bottom race is done. Grease the bottom bearing. Bit of grease in here. We can slide our forks in. Do the same with the top. Bit of grease in the top race. So we've got our new bearing. So that goes in there. Our new race. Now I didn't take this apart, so I'm not overly sure whether that spacer went on there like that. I think it did, but I don't know. So we'll just put it together temporarily. And these threads aren't very good, they've been a bit battered. I could could do with a proper spanner for this, but I haven't got one. A proper socket. So we've got these suspension arms to do. Got new bolts, new bushes. Need to knock that bush out of there. That old bush. Yeah, they're well worn. Lower arms all reassembled. So I know the one with the torque arm, or for the brake plate, goes on the right hand side. Alright, let's get this rear swing arm in. Just going to grease the bolt. That was easy. I'm not doing that up because there's other stuff bolts on the other side there. So the shocks can go on as well. I don't think I've got any nuts though. So I've got a die, a thread die here to clean these threads up because they're covered in powder coat. So we're beginning to get somewhere now. Shocks are on. I've got the wiring loom in place. And in this box here is a nice new engine. So I'm going to get that in place now, just to make it easier later. Nice shiny new electric start engine. So rather than lift the engine in, I'll just put the frame on top of the engine. So the wiring goes through there. Got my bolts ready. I'm not going to lie, it is still awkward, whatever way you do it. Let's put a bit of grease on those bolts. So That's the bottom one, that's the top one. So after a bit of swearing and cursing, I got the engine bolts in. Again, it was a bit of a problem with the powder coat. That's quite thick, that powder coat. It makes all the difference when you've got to fight against that. That's it. So I'm going to call it quits at that, I think, for today. I'm a bit stuck for parts. I need new nuts for the shocks. The thread on the steering head, that fine thread isn't very good, it's damaged. So I don't know quite what I'm going to do about that. Try and repair it somehow. But the wiring loom's in place. Engine's in. Swing arm. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. It's beginning to look like a bike again. Should get it on its wheels next time. So we'll pick it up then. See you on the next one. Cheerio.